to say a couple words about the pricing at Ignite Academic and why our pricing is aligned with our clients, you, our tutors, and our mission. So let me just say a few words while you look at the cat. There are many cheaper tutors and many who are more expensive. And while it's great for why am I hearing myself? Oh, sorry. That was me on Instagram talking back to myself. Lovely. Okay, so let me start from the top here. So why our pricing is aligned with everybody. There are many cheaper tutors and many who are more expensive out there. And while I think it's great for technology and globalization to make education accessible to everyone, our mission is not to join some kind of race to the bottom in education services. We were founded with a different mission: to give clients exceptional value, which is not the same as the cheapest price, as anyone who's ever paid for cheap online courses or something knows, and to disrupt the low wage, low skilled gig economy model of education. Our global team of real world subject matter experts make at least 50 USD an hour wherever they are in the world. And we're on a journey to become a co-op and give them equity. Compare that to the leading publicly traded competitor, who I don't need to name, but which pays around $17 an hour on average, according to public online sources, and whose learning membership at $300 a month for 4 hours of tutoring, plus some bells and whistles that you can mostly get for free elsewhere online, that breaks down to $75 an hour about. That means they're keeping over 75% of a tutor's pay. And in my humble experience, many brick and mortar tutoring centers do the same. You will never catch us overcharging families and underpaying tutors to hand money to shareholders. We aim to become a co-op and share that value with folks on a profit basis as well as a revenue basis. And we start people out at a competitive rate with much less high touch platforms like Wyzant, which keeps 25%. And we are much more high touch. We start out at 30, and then tutors ratchet up their amount that they keep pretty quickly. So we really are about equity and creating value for all stakeholders. And that goes for institutional partners as well, who share in any efficiencies as they book more volume with us in terms of supporting their students in a school setting. So if this sounds intriguing to you, I would love to chat. Love to grab a free consultation with anyone who's looking for tutoring services and wants to learn more about our model. You can scan down there to book one of those things in seconds. We do a 15-minute free consult. We also provide a lot of free value to students on our Discord server, which you can check out. And we try to share the value of bulk purchasing. If folks commit to us and build a longer term relationship, which we certainly aim to do, we try to share that as well with our firewood bundles, where you can save up to 15% off of our a la carte rate, which is $85 an hour. And you can get as low as $72.25. You scan the QR code and learn more. And most clients do use these, and there's also a membership version that renews every month. It's called the Olympic Peak membership. You can see those in this store as well. Looks like this. If you scan the QR code, this is what you're going to see. So we've got our firewood bundles, 4-session bundle should be equivalent to kind of like the varsity tutors thing. So we're slightly more expensive, but this is much more high touch. You're not going to get randomly algorithmically matched to a different tutor, and I would say that we're a little more selective in who we're hiring. And you can get cheaper hourly rate than varsity if you book a bigger package, right? We've got Smoldering Determination, Burning Curiosity, Roaring Blaze, and then that's those top two both are 15% off. That's kind of where it caps out. But if you know you're getting a lot of sessions, you can pay up front. That's appreciated. Then we have our membership model, which is the Olympic Peak. We originally were based in Seattle, so it's kind of named after the Olympic mountain range over there, and has to do with fire, because we are all about fire in everything that we do. So those are same pricing, same kind of discount rates, but it's by the month, and it renews monthly. And then at the top of the scale there, we have Eternal Flame, which is unlimited. And this is a great fit for folks who really just want that tutor on call. They might be doing, bespoke homeschool curriculum, IEP advocacy, other things. In most cases, we would not need to negotiate additional fees if you're on the unlimited membership. It would sort of cover most of those types of things. We do charge for transportation for in-person stuff, but yeah, this is pretty. If you're using more than, say, 30 hours a month, this is a good deal for you. So those are kind of the different ways that we do pricing, and we are developing some other products that are maybe a little bit different price points that are for higher skilled workers. Things like the grad school, career counseling, GMAT, grad exam prep, things like that are priced closer to $150 an hour. So those are out there as well. Thanks for scanning, whoever you are. Check it out. And I'll put up the free consult code again for anyone who's interested in chatting to learn more. And what we do in these free consultations is we basically chit chat about your learning needs. We take some notes, get a sense of what your goals are, and we really try to match you with a great tutor. This also comes with a guarantee. If you are matched with a tutor and you do a session and it's not a great match, money back, 100% guaranteed, no questions asked, and we will even find you or help you find another company that's going to be a better fit for you, because we're not for everyone. We know that, and that's totally fine. And we want learners to find the best fit that they possibly can. So we will not only refund if you bought a package, you get all your money back if it's not a good fit after the first session. Consult is always free to try and ensure that it is a good fit. If it's not, that's totally fine. Money back, and we will help you find somebody else. We have rarely had to do that, but we offer it because it's the right thing to do. Okay, so I think I will hang out for a minute. If anyone has questions, drop them in the chat. Would love to hear from you. If you have any questions about pricing or other things that we do. And I'll just wax poetic while I'm waiting for any comments to roll in for a minute about sort of the economic mission, how I see this as being mission aligned. I mean, I mentioned our ambition is to become a platform co-op. I had, personal experience with the gig economy for educators. I really don't think that that's what education needs. We don't need the Uber of education. We need the educational equivalent of Ride.coop, which is the driver-owned Uber that's getting off the ground right now in NYC. And I'm actually in contact with Start.coop, which is a startup incubator specifically for cooperative ventures. Thank you for scanning, whoever scanned just now. Check out a free consult. Would love to talk to you. So that would get us some outside capital to scale ourselves up, and is really aligned with what we want to do. So hopefully we'll be entering one of those co-op incubators soon. But we really, I really think that just in my experience as an educator, the whole problem with the public school system is it's underfunded, it's inequitably funded, and so they can't recruit and retain the best, most ambitious, most passionate people all the time, right? Or there's a lot of passion there, but there's often like a martyr complex that goes with it. I really think that, we should be allocating a great deal more of GDP to education, right? To human capital investment. It's low carbon work, care work, right? It's done disproportionately by non-male, non-white folks, and the history of the system really, takes advantage of and undervalues that care labor. But with the green transition, right, we should be valuing it a great deal more and allocating much more of the economy to that kind of one-to-one or small group learning and care work that's really personal and really changes people's lives and is low carbon, right? And it should be well paid. It should be valued the way it is in some place like Finland, right, or Japan, where they have very different outcomes. And those systems are maybe a little more test oriented than I would like, but I think we can implement like a lot of the best practices that everyone pays lip service to in education, if we have staffing ratios and pay that's really competitive, right? So that requires major societal change, and we can't create that as a little private sector tutoring company. But what we can do is we can be a model of a different kind of platform economy, right? Technology is a deflationary force, and that's a good thing in many ways because it makes things accessible, right? It makes us very productive, and it makes a lot of learning free online, or cheap, right? And we don't want to knock that. I don't just always want to be selling a luxury product, right? But we live in a very stratified society by income, and some folks can afford the top bundle, right? And that's great. And at some point when we get to scale, I would love to be able to subsidize tutoring and our services for low income folks, work with Title I schools, as I've spent much of my career doing, et cetera. Yeah, so anyway, let me see if there's any other chat coming in. I'm not getting too many questions, but yeah, I think that platform co-ops are a great way to do that, to really drive equity for the educators and professional autonomy and decent pay and profit sharing, right? So I think every gig platform claims that everyone can be an entrepreneur with us. I don't think that's really true, right? People end up being just kind of highly exploited gig workers, right? That really probably should be treated as employees. Our people are contractors now, and we really treat them as independent business people, right? We help them market themselves. We don't control their work in any way. We pay them quite well, $50 an hour at the bottom. But I would really prefer, oh God, my cat's throwing up. Athena, I'm sorry. I got to go take care of her. I would really prefer that, folks be able to have equity, right, and true ownership in the business, right? So that is the direction that we're going in. Okay, I think that I will end it there. And thank you for watching and checking out what we do. And let me know in the comments when this goes up later if you want to know more. All right, see you, everyone. Athena, you poor barfing cat.